threats.
Slap him in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes.
Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find two grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Can somebody come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need immediate police assistance.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. Latest government figures reveal that over 68,000 households are currently affected by the benefit cap, with the majority losing over £2,600 per year. Single parents now make up 70% of households who've seen their benefits capped, putting them at greater risk of homelessness. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way to Hyde, Manchester. But this isn't going to be a straightforward case.
We have got a combined writ of control and a writ of possession.
Oh, you're joking.
I am not. I wish I was.
The agents have two jobs to do here. The first is to repossess the house, while the other is to recover rent arrears.
How much does he owe?
The balance at the moment is £8,283.
The tenant, who lives in the property with his teenage son, has not paid any rent for 18 months. The landlord took the case to the High Court, and now the tenant must leave today.
So what do you think? What is he going to do?
He's going to pay in full
And then start packing.
and then start packing. Chance will be a fine thing.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
But on arrival at the property, Stuart and Vic are in for a shock.
Oh my God, that looks like a squat. Look at the lovely houses next door, and this one at the end. How's the landlord like to get to this?
With no reply, the agents check round the back.
Dog.
The house seems to be empty. But then a neighbour appears.
Probably took the kids to school.
Right.
Oh,
The law we need to get rid of him today.
He's going today.
Yeah.
All sorted, mate. Thanks for that.
Whilst the agents wait for the tenant to return, the letting agent arrives.
so what's the story then?
Just like, basically, he's just not been paying
Yeah.
the rent on it. The landlord needs to sell it because he's just not got rent on it. It's like 18 months now.
Good luck trying to sell it. You know what I mean?
But then Vic spots something.
There's someone upstairs, still. Someone upstairs, mate.
It seems there is someone in the house after all.
Upstairs, top window. Someone's inside.
We've got a written possession for this property today, sir. You need to open the door. If not, we'll force it open. We have got a locksmith en route.
With no response, the agents head round the back again.
Hello, sir. We're High Court enforcement agents, so we've got a written possession for this property, right? So you need to open up, sir.
Finally, the back door opens.
Oh, hiya, mate.
Right, dog. Let me dog come in. Come on. Right, why is this? Come on, help me out.
Right, so basically what it is, we've got a written possession to take over the property today.
Right.
Okay, so we can give you half an hour to get what you need.
Half an hour.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
You can come back for your belongings. It's
Yeah,
only
you can come back
today's-
for the rest of the stuff.
Today's the beginning of the process. So what you need to do today is get your clothing, medication.
Anything else that you need.
Because you can come back in the next 7 days for your goods. Your goods will stay here.
But it's been sorted out. It's
Yeah,
been
that's
sorted.
sorted.
Being sorted out doesn't mean
No,
it's getting paid.
been sorted.
Right, well,
I wasn't. I was unawares that it wasn't being paid at all. And then I got a letter a couple of months ago. I went down to the housing and to sort it out, and As far as I'm concerned, it's been sorted out.
Right.
So I've not heard anything off anybody. I didn't even have a knock on my door off me one more than nothing. And I've been on housing benefit for all the time that I've lived there. I've lived there 12 years, mate.
Oh wow, right, okay.
It appears that the amount of housing benefit the tenant receives was capped 18 months ago, and his payments since then haven't been enough to cover his rent. Despite his claims that the situation has been rectified, the High Court writ means he must leave today.
Who lives in this property with you, sir?
My son.
Who else? Just you,
Just
just
me,
your
my
son?
son and my dogs.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Got nowhere else. I've got nothing else. Nowhere else to go with my dogs or anything.
You can go to Housing Office. Housing Office will rehome you, especially if you've got your son.
Yeah.
They can put you in emergency
And
accommodation.
the documentation you need for that as well, so it's in there.
Clearly in shock, the tenant gets his father on the phone.
Get everything out of the house, what I can carry. Now. I've got half an hour to do it in.
It's a horrible position to be in, isn't it?
That must be for you, so mate. I would not
Yeah.
have it with you.
No, I understand.
While the tenant starts to pack, Vic takes a look around the house to see if there are any assets worth removing to offset the £8,000 he owes. All the rooms are full of clutter, and it soon becomes clear there's nothing of any value here.
Anything upstairs?
2 bedrooms. Just pretty much the same as this.
Yeah. If you can't pay your rent, then it's doubtful that they're going to have any goods that are actually worth taking control of. And ultimately, we have to make the landlord aware that there's nothing much that really we can do. If he isn't going to pay you the rent, then I doubt he's going to have any goods that are worth taking control of.
With nothing to take to offset the money, all Stuart and Vic can do is complete the eviction. But with a locksmith now on site, the tenant is getting agitated.
I need to get out of the way a minute, him. He's stood at the door before we got out. Get out of my way, right? Otherwise, I am going to find you right out if you get in my way one more time. I'm serious, mate. I am just going to knock out you if you get in my way one more time.
With the tenant now making threats, this simple eviction has taken an ugly turn. It will take all of Stuart and Vic's experience to resolve the case peacefully. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Hyde, Manchester, to evict a tenant who was over £8,000 in rent arrears.
Upstairs, top window. Someone's inside.
The tenant said he didn't know his landlord wanted him out.
I was unawares that it wasn't being paid at all. Not heard anything off anybody. I didn't even have a knock on my door off me one more than nothing.
The agents looked for assets to offset the £8,000 owed, but there was nothing of value in the cluttered house.
Anything upstairs?
2 bedrooms. Just pretty much the same as this.
Yeah.
And when the locksmith started work on the doors, the situation became heated.
Get out of my way, right? Otherwise, I am going to find you right out if you get in my way one more time.
Now, with the man's son back from school, the agents need to get the eviction back on track.
Don't even work that door, mate. The outside lock is knackered, so you don't even bother changing it.
Locksmith knows what he's doing, mate.
Then the man's father arrives.
What's the cry? What's it all?
About £8,000.
8?
Yeah.
That's impossible. It's awful thing doing. This is ridiculous, this.
The fact of the matter is, although they were supposed to pay the rent, they didn't pay the rent.
Oh, yeah, this is it, yeah.
So,
He's on social. It's a mistake, and it won't sort it out.
well, it's gone past that stage now, so the landlord wants their property back.
It's got a bit ridiculous if it's gone up to £8,000 without letting us know. We've never had any notification or anything to my house or here to say.
He's aware of this, the housing problem, sir. He's aware of the problem.
The landlord's got me down to press, and he's not even been in touch with me
He's
there.
even got my phone number. It is ridiculous. He's done everything that he could possibly do. Before he went straight with a 13-year-old lad. It's ridiculous. It should not be allowed.
When someone's about to lose their property or, where they're living, it can be a very emotional process. I've seen grown men break down and cry, and obviously it's a big shock for whoever gets evicted. So much emotion must go through that person's mind, and we know this, and that's why we try and do it in a very calm manner.
The agents have now been at the property for over an hour. The tenant's time to leave the house is almost up.
Hiya, mate. How's it going? You nearly there? Yeah. All right, mate.
Right.
Have you got everything that you need?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, mate.
The tenant now seems to accept he needs to go, but his father is still protesting the eviction.
They've let it get to this much. If it's in a couple of grand, we could have sorted it out. I'd have paid it. But I haven't got that kind of money. I haven't got £8,000 now. I just can't pay it. If I had it, I'd pay it. So, I don't know what to do.
Now homeless, the man will have to apply to the council for emergency accommodation for him and his son. With the house back in the landlord's control, the letting agent can finally see the state of the property.
Yeah.
Smells fresh, doesn't it?
It absolutely stinks.
Ugh.
Like, literally, I am in a state of shock, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, look at the roof.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do feel, in some cases, for the landlord, because he's out of pocket on the rent side, and now he's got to spend more money on the property to get it back to the level so he can actually rent it out again.
With the locks changed, the eviction is now complete.
Right, been an absolute pleasure as always.
Thank you.
All right. Aren't we just? Cheers, see you later. Tell you what, mate, we see some things, don't we?
Yeah. It's like most possessions, you never know what you're going to get till you really get inside the property. To be fair, on this one, you've had warning signs the garden's overgrown. You can smell the property outside, really.
The house itself is completely ruined. I reckon you need a good 30 grand to get that house back up to scratch again.
Latest research reveals pubs and bars in the UK are increasingly struggling to stay afloat, with 1 in 5 experiencing significant financial distress. It's estimated that 4 in 10 pubs in England will face increased business rates in 2017, putting them at risk of closure. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Bridgnorth, Shropshire, to collect a debt of nearly £2,500 owed by a pub landlady.
And she owes £2,477 from the notes. It's rent arrears.
The debtor moved out of a rented property a year ago to become the licensee of a local pub. However, she failed to pay her ex-landlord the remaining rent she owed.
And it opens, apparently, at the same time as dentist. You know what time that is? 2:30. 2:30? 2:30.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Matt and Gary have come to the pub to get payment in full today. But although it's past opening time, the pub appears to be closed.
Hello, mate. How you doing? It's a High Court writ we're here to enforce today.
For what?
I can't give you the full details, but I can, as long as she says it's okay to, I can tell you all about it. We should have to okay it first.
Can you just give me 5 minutes?
Yeah, of course.
See what she's saying.
Yeah,
She's in
yeah,
bed.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But it seems the debtor isn't in bed after all.
My name's Matthew Highway, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yep.
I'm here with a High Court writ today against yourself. It relates to a CCJ that was issued in the Northampton County Court, which is why we're here.
Right.
There's an outstanding balance of £2,477.43. So we're commanded by the writ today to attend the property to either collect that payment or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do. Can you pay this at all? You can't. Is there anybody can help you with it? No. Okay.
We're on the verge of going bust.
With it clear she's in no position to pay, Matt has to make the consequences clear.
Okay. Well, we have no choice then but to carry on and do our job, unfortunately, which obviously means seizing goods to the value of. Is there anything here that belongs to anybody else?
Yeah, the whole of this.
Okay, have you got proof of that?
The woman claims that all the assets in the property belong to a company she rents the pub from. She shows Matt a letter laying out the terms of her lease.
Right. And have they got an inventory of what's actually owned by them? Because this is just saying all fixtures and fittings, which obviously
Well,
doesn't...
it's the tables, the chairs, the bar pumps.
Right. But have they got an inventory of that, of what they actually own?
The document states that the leasing company does own the pub's fixtures and fittings. But it isn't the inventory Matt asked for.
That letter in itself, for me, wouldn't be proof that the items here belong to somebody else. I'll give them a call if you like, yeah.
Matt gets the managing director of the leasing company on the phone.
Hello there, my name's Matthew Highway, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm enforcing a High Court writ at a premises I believe you're the landlady of.
What for?
It's, can I tell the lady?
You can have to, aren't
Yeah.
you?
It's for outstanding rent arrears from a previous property.
Oh, right, okay.
The minute all I've got is a piece of paper to say that you own the fixtures and fittings, which isn't... That could be anything, couldn't it?
Well, it's a lock, stock, and barrel.
Right. Yeah, but if you understand, obviously, I mean, there's for instance, there's a set of car keys on the back of the bar. I mean, they don't belong to you, do they?
Well,
so we have to determine.
I haven't rented her a car.
No, so we have to determine what actually in here belongs to you and what belongs to this lady.
I'll have a look and I'll get back to you, okay?
All right, if you could make it fairly urgent, because the other option I've got is to remove everything and then give you 7 days to prove it. So, you know, I'd rather not do that if you can prove it while I'm here.
Right, okay then, I'll have a look through my files.
Thank
okay?
you, thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
While they wait for the inventory to arrive, Matt and Gary go to see whether there are any assets of value upstairs.
There's a stereo here, mate, Samsung.
It soon becomes clear that there is little of any value, and the situation is clearly taking its toll.
Is there no other way of sorting this out? Because I didn't know that it had got to this.
But you're aware of the whole situation, that it's gone to the county court and that, you know... That...
No, I haven't.
Who's told her?
Well, you must have done. You've been written to. We wrote to you at this address.
At this address?
Yeah. Yeah, we wrote to you on the 1st.
Of?
Gave you until the 12th to sort it out.
1st of what?
1st of June.
I've had no letter.
Yeah.
I've had no letter come to this property because I'd have sorted it out.
I've got a copy of the letter
tell you,
here.
I swear to you now, as I stand here, I've not received that letter.
Well, it was sent. I mean, you have to check with your postman what the issue is there because it's certain.
Waste of time arguing.
Now the landlady arrives.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Right.
You're the lady I spoke to on the phone?
Yes.
Hello, how you doing? You all right?
Okay.
Matthew Highway. You brought me an inventory for...
There's the inventory.
Lovely, thank you.
As I say, she come in with nothing, the same as the people before. We own everything. They come in with nothing, they just pay the rent for renting it.
Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, we know we have a job to do and we have to prove that. Unfortunately, we can't just go back and say, well, somebody said that, you know, it belongs to somebody else. So, but that's fine. I accept that. Smashing. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
With proof that the company owns most things of value in the building, the agents are running out of options. So Gary goes to fetch the set of keys they spotted earlier and goes out to find the car.
Worth about £200.
With the car not worth the cost of removing, the agents have reached a stalemate.
What happens like now? She can't find the money.
Well,
she owns nothing.
At the minute, well, we'll have to come back.
How much does she owe?
£2,477.43.
But then the landlady suddenly leaves. The debtor now wants to tell former pub landlord Matt more about how she got into this situation.
We moved here to make a better life and it's just absolutely crippled us.
What is it, the rent on the building, is it that's really high? How much is the rent?
£1,600 a month.
That is a lot, isn't it?
I know you're not even interested. We took 30
Oh, yeah.
last night.
I am interested and I understand your situation. I've been there and I understand it. I run pubs for a long time, a lot of years. It's a big whack of money to find every month, isn't it? 1,600 quid. And if the trade's not doing it downstairs, that's how you get into a situation, isn't it? These pubs just don't make money anymore, Gary.
We've tried everything. And I mean everything.
But just then, the landlady comes back to the pub and she makes an unexpected offer.
Will you accept £1,000 at this moment in time till she can try and sort something out?
I can check with the claimant whether they're happy to accept £1,000. So that will leave
£1,477.
1,477.43. Give me an offer of arrangement for the rest of that money. All right. I'll contact the claimant now.
Matt rings the office to see if the claimant will accept a £1,000 payment today, together with £100 a month to settle the balance.
Could you contact the client?
Okay, I'll get on to it now, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
The landlady leaves to go and fetch the £1,000 she's offered.
So doing our job, you know, we meet lots of bad people. It's really refreshing when you meet some nice people that are willing to help out their friends or tenants at a time of need. It really is like a breath of fresh air.
5 minutes later, the office call back.
Hiya.
Yeah, I spoke to a client. Yeah, it's okay, but she needs to go on a 3-month review. Because obviously it's a pub, isn't it? So if trade gets a bit better, she might have more cash.
Right, okay, I'll make that clear. So it's been accepted then with a 3-month review. So in 3 months they want to have a look at it again and see whether its situation's changed or not.
Moments later, the landlady returns with £1,000 in cash.
Yep, £1,000.
Thanks to the generosity of the landlady, the case is resolved for now. But as it will take over a year to pay off the balance, there may be tough times ahead.
You know, she's clinging on to the pub more for the fact that it's somewhere to live, rather than looking at the bigger picture and realising that actually the business is untenable. She's going to sink in more debt, I think, from what I can see. But, you know, hopefully she'll get it sorted.
Really struggling.
£1,000.
Poor girl.
Matt and Gary got a result in a seemingly impossible situation. But in Stuart and Ian's next case,
I haven't got the money, I can't afford to pay it.
a debtor in denial
You meant to give 7 days notice, I thought, before you turn up.
Yeah, we have, mate.
pushes their patience to the limit.
I want my money back. You can't just take stuff.
Research has shown that there are 4.8 million self-employed workers in the UK, and the numbers are on the rise. However, the average value of self-employed earnings has dropped by more than a fifth since the beginning of the financial crisis. And over 50% of workers in this sector seriously worry about their personal finances. High Court Enforcement Agent Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor are in Penrith, Cumbria. They're here to recover almost £4,500 owed by a car salesman to a dissatisfied customer.
We're in beautiful Cumbria.
Yeah, Penrith in the Lake District, mate.
Yeah.
I was up here a couple of weeks ago.
Stunning.
The debt stems from a dispute over a faulty car.
Tell you what a beautiful place to live, though.
That's stunning, isn't it?
Proper little chocolate box village.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now the debtor must pay the money he owes in full today, in either cash or goods. And Stuart and Ian immediately spot an expensive 4x4 parked on the driveway.
And a lovely Range Rover parked on the drive.
The customised number plate has the debtor's initials on it. As it's likely it belongs to him, the vehicle could be useful leverage for the agents.
Right, let's go and have a chat. Good morning, you okay? I'm after...
He's not in, sorry.
Right.
I live here, but my son doesn't.
Are you able to get them on the phone? We're High Court enforcement agents.
Oh, right.
From Direct Collection Bailiffs Limited.
Right.
Are you able to get them on the phone? So we need to get this sorted. We've got a High Court writ to be here.
Right. Okay, I'll try and get...
No problem. All right.
As the debtor's mother goes inside to call him, Stuart makes a peaceful entry.
What is it about?
It's a High Court writ. It's regarding an outstanding balance that he needs to sort out.
Right, okay. I say he doesn't live here anymore.
But as this is the address the notice of enforcement has been sent to, Stuart has every right to stay and investigate further. The woman quickly gets her son on the phone.
I've had, who are you, sorry?
We're High Court enforcement agents.
The High Court enforcement agents. And I've had her in the house. They walked in. Yeah.
Do you want me to have a quick chat with them?
He doesn't live here.
Okay. All right. Good morning, my name's Mr McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I've got a High Court right here to execute at this address.
We wouldn't be there to that address, because I don't even live at that address.
All right, well, there's a Range Rover on the drive with your initials on it at the moment.
No, that's not. It's my dad's car.
Is it? Okay, we need to see some documentation for that.
It's in the house.
Yeah, no problem. We're literally here to collect a balance of £4,359.
I haven't got the money. I can't afford to pay it.
Okay, so what we'll have to do is start removing goods from this address.
There's nothing there in my name, so you can't prepare yourself.
So you need to see what you can do to try and raise this balance, okay? So I'll pass you back. There you go.
Yeah. No. They're standing in the hall. You need to get here. I shouldn't have to deal with this. Are you coming up now?
So he's got a laptop in the house then?
Ian's ears are incredibly sharp. He's like a bloodhound. If he gets a sniff of something, he won't let it go. And that's a great thing about having someone like Ian by your side, because he will pick up on things that sometimes I might miss.
So you on your way up now? As far as I know, he's coming
Okay.
this way.
No problem at all.
But after overhearing the telephone conversation, Ian needs to get to the truth.
We've just heard him admit to having assets inside the house there.
Pardon?
We've just heard him admit to having assets in the house there. Like a laptop and a white envelope full of cash.
Well, it's not his laptop, it's ours. It's belonging in the house. I say, you know, it's nothing to do with me.
No, I understand, but sadly, this is a part of the job. You see, we've got to execute the High Court writ.
Stuart goes to see whether he can find the assets he overheard the debtor talking about on the phone. And in a cupboard, he spots an envelope.
Oh, find the cash.
How much is there?
I've got 2,350. Do you want to double check that, mate?
Stuart is confident that the cash in the envelope does belong to the debtor, but before he seizes it, he calls the office for advice.
I just thought I'd bring you up to speed just regards to this case. We've come to the property. She phoned him straight away, and the first thing he said was, go into the back and hide the money. I found the money. There's £2,920. It was in a cupboard in an open envelope. So we can seize that, can't we? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, no worries. Cheers, Kev. Just thought I'd double check, that's all, mate.
The office have given Stuart permission to seize the money, but he's still £1,500 short of the full balance. Stuart goes to inspect the Range Rover on the driveway.
That's open.
He calls the office to see if the car is free of finance.
Hiya, Mike. You alright, pal? Could you do HPI for me, please?
But then the debtor finally arrives home.
Gotta go.
And he wants answers.
You meant to give 7 days notice, I thought, before you turned up.
Yeah, we have, mate.
We've not received it. You say that all the time. I've not seen it. You say that, that's an excuse. You have not sent a letter out. So I'm complaining. Where's it at then? Where's it at?
I'll go and get you a copy of it if you want.
No, I want to see the original that's come.
Why would we see the original? Be at your house.
Well, I can't afford to pay it.
Well, we've already got £2,920.
It's not my money.
Well, you just said, Mum, go and hide my money.
Yeah, it's not my money. It's my car I stole from my dad. I'm telling the police because you can't come in.
Honestly, ring the police, no problem at all.
Don't worry about it. You can't just take stuff.
Yes, we can.
You can't. How can you?
Because we've got a High Court writ, sir. We need the remaining amount. If we do start removing goods, it goes up to £5,191.
I can't do it. That's how I know you can't.
But then, realising that the debt could escalate if he doesn't face it head-on, the man makes a U-turn.
So what is it, I'll just pay it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
4,359.56.
Minus. Yeah. So how can you pay it? Is this the card here, sir?
With the nearly £4,500 paid in full, Stuart and Ian's perseverance has paid off.
See you later, mate. Take it easy anyway, alright?
Okay.
Alright.
Thanks a lot.
See you later. Right. Sorted. Job done. Right, let's go, mate. I tell you what. Why would you put your parents through all that?
Research has shown that borrowing in the UK is currently at a level unseen since the financial crisis of 2008. A leading UK advisory body in England and Wales deals with an average of nearly 3,500 new debt problems every day. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Solihull, West Midlands. They're here to recover almost £10,000 owed to a car finance company.
He owes just short of £10,000, £9,920.28 to a finance company.
Is this a nice area, Solihull?
It is nice round here.
The debtor bought a car on finance, but failed to stick to his repayment agreement or return the car.
And a TT outside.
The finance company took the case to the county court. The company then escalated it to the High Court, and now the debtor must pay the money he owes in full today.
Hello. Hello, sir, good morning.
He's not here.
No, can you call him for me? Is it your son or?
No, he's not my son.
Brother?
He's my older brother.
Your older brother?
No, sorry, my younger brother.
Oh, right, okay. Could you give him a call for us then, please, sir?
Yeah.
Thank
I haven't got his number.
You don't have your brother's number?
Yeah. He does stay here, but he's not here at the moment. I haven't got a number for him. So.
Right, okay. All right, explain the situation to you then, sir. So, my name's Matthew White, I'm a High Court enforcement agent, and we're commanded to attend the property today to either collect the payments or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do. So, you're adamant that you're not able to contact your brother?
If you give me your details, yeah, and I can get him to contact you.
No, that's fine. We'll carry on and do our job, sir. Thank you.
Suspicious of the man's claims that he can't contact his own brother, the agents make peaceful entry into the house so they can investigate further.
my dad's house.
All right, okay. So is the property near that belongs to your dad, is there?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Okay, well, you're going to need to prove that then, sir. So if there's items of the property that do belong to your father, you need to prove that to us.
We've been living here for about 37, 38 years. Yeah, so we can't give you receipts for everything.
So otherwise, I suggest that we contact your brother and we can deal with him rather than have to go down that line. But we're here to get the matter resolved, okay?
Could you take a seat?
Yes, of course, sir, yeah. Smash it. Thank you.
It appears that the man does have his brother's number, after all.
You know when someone says to me, I don't have a contact number for my brother?
Yeah.
Really hard to believe, isn't it?
We get lied to every day, hundreds of times per day. You know, when we hear a lie, we know it's a lie straight away. We'd love it if people just told the truth straight away, but they never do. I think it's a bit of a human nature. You know, if you deny anyone being there, then they think they might, turn around and go away. But, we'll always dig a bit deeper.
10 minutes after the agents arrived, the man still hasn't been able to make contact with his brother.
Who's trying to get hold of him, sir?
Sorry?
Who's trying to get hold of him?
We're trying to get hold of him?
Yeah.
I just rang his wife.
You've rang his wife?
Yeah.
Okay, so we should be getting a call in a minute.
Yeah. It's like a massive shock to me.
With the debtor seemingly out of reach, the agents have no choice but to start looking for assets belonging to him to seize.
I'm gonna wait for the call mouse, have a look round.
Yeah.
But just before the agents can start searching, a call comes through.
Yeah. That's his wife. She says she's trying to get hold of him. She can't get hold of him.
Okay, all right, no problem. We'll carry on and do our job then.
The agents continue their search, but then Gary spots a plastic bag.
He's a star, mate.
Full of coins.
A little bit short, isn't it?
Gary starts to count the money, but it's clear there isn't enough here to even scratch the surface of the £10,000 debt.
£175, Matt.
How much, mate?
£175.
Okay. The difficulty with large debts at residential properties is generally there isn't going to be sufficient goods to cover the amount we're looking for. For instance, if we're looking for £10,000, then we're probably looking to recover £50,000 or £60,000 worth of goods to cover that at auction. There's very few people that have got that amount of money in the house.
The agents have now been in the house for half an hour. There's still no sign of the debtor, and with little else of value to remove apart from the coins, it looks as if the agents have hit a dead end. But then the case takes an astonishing turn.
Hello. Who's this?
Hey?
Who's this? Who's this fella? Hello, mate. This is not your brother.
Yeah.
Hiding under the bed?
Hiding under the bed, sir?
The bed?
Definitely.
I've seen it all now.
In an extraordinary twist, it seems that the debtor has been hiding in the house all along. Now Matt and Gary will have to work hard to get this bizarre case resolved. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Solihull, collecting a debt of nearly £10,000 owed to a car finance company.
Hello, sir, good morning.
He's not here.
No?
The debtor's brother told the agents he couldn't contact him.
He does stay here, but he's not here at the moment, and I haven't got a number for him.
So Matt and Gary began a search of the debtor's room, but all they found was a bag of coins.
£175, Matt.
But then the case took an extraordinary turn.
Who's this fella? Hello, mate. This is not your brother. Hiding under the bed?
Hiding under the bed, sir?
The bed?
Now that the agents are face to face with the elusive debtor, they need to get this case resolved one way or another.
He's here apparently. Yeah, apparently he was sleeping on the floor.
So if you think that I believe
Yeah.
that you didn't know the gentleman was here,
Well,
all right, and he didn't know that we were here,
I wouldn't
then
know.
you're insulting my intelligence.
I didn't know.
He's hiding under a quilt, sir.
Yeah.
I don't go around
Yeah, I know.
looking under
I'm
quilts.
just saying that I'm just saying to you that we've
Okay.
been in and out here, and I've been sitting here talking.
I think
to
you know
Oh,
exactly what's the matter, sir. You've been here all along, hiding under the duvet.
What's
You know
happening,
exactly what I
basically,
mean,
they're
sir.
saying they're from the court,
I think he knows what we're here, sir. He's been awake all along. Let's not insult our intelligence, then.
Matt needs to make it clear what the debtor must do next.
There's an outstanding balance of £9,920.28 that the County Court made you liable for on the 23rd of the 5th. I don't know, did you have finance out from somebody? Is it vehicle finance or...? Yeah, OK. So you've not paid it?
Mate, you don't need to go into my stuff. I'll sort your money out.
Yeah, no worries. If you want to get the payment sorted then.
With the debtor promising to pay, the agents give him time to get the money together.
It's only because, I was counting the money, mate. My foot actually touched him.
It's in it all now.
How weird is that? You ever played enforcement hide and seek, mate? How strange.
Never fails to be amazed in this job.
He's even got the money to pay, apparently.
We've even got his wife on the phone.
He's in the house.
We see things on the normal run of mill that people will think are absolutely crazy. It's a very different job, enforcement, very different to any other job, and it throws up all sorts of surprises.
The agents have been at the house for almost 2 hours when a woman arrives with a bundle of cash.
You got that, mate?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grand. How much have you got there, mate?
£4,920. There's the 80 back from the 10,000.
After trying to evade the agents, the debt is paid off in full.
All right, that's all for you. And we're all done. OK, thank you, sir, for your help. OK, appreciate it.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Well done, mate. Results. It's amazing the lengths people go to, though, isn't it, to try and evade enforcement.
52. And
52 years of age, and he's hiding under his bed. I mean, I stopped doing that when I was 6.
When he can get the money that he owes?
Within
an hour?
Within an hour.
Enforced?
Enforced, mate. Good job.
Threats.
Slap you in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes. Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
I got no money at all.
What happens when debt
No, do you need me to lose my temper?
tracks you down?
I memorise. Do not touch me again.
Up and down the UK.
No, I didn't ask you to come in.
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
If you can just give me today.
No. Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
Don't lock us in, that would be a serious mistake.
Because if you can't pay,
This isn't my bill to pay for. It's nothing to do with you.
they'll take it away. Over the first quarter of 2017, nearly 30,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales, a 36% rise from the previous year. The average value of business judgments during this period exceeded £2,700. High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are in Willesden, North London.
Ah, I know where I am now. That's the way it went, but you'll see the eye in a minute.
They're here to recover a debt of almost £15,000 owed by London Rental and Sales Limited to a property developer.
That's a considerable amount of money. Can you see the place? LRS, see it?
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's go.
Ready, let's go.
A county court judgment was issued against the company, but it wasn't paid. The case was then escalated to the High Court. Now Max and Steve need to find company directors, Bathsheba Apter and Daniel Moore, to get the debt paid off in full today.
Can I speak to some management, please? Hello, sir. Are you the manager here?
One of the many. How can I be of service to you?
My name's Max Carahurst, my colleague Steve Pinner. We're both enforcement agents sent here with a High Court writ. Does that ring a bell at all? Yeah. What's your name, madam? Are you Bathsheba?
Yeah.
That's you. Okay. So you're a director. There's an outstanding balance of £14,082.55.
There was a court case on Friday regarding this when I went your way.
No. The date of the CCJ is the 7th of the 11th, 2016. High Court judgment date, 23rd of the 1st, 2017.
There was another court case on Friday. And
there was another court case?
there was supposed to be.
So what was the result?
They didn't turn up.
Company director Bathsheba Apter claims the case is being appealed. But as the latest hearing was dismissed, the writ is still active and must be enforced.
If you pay the money, the 14 days, the money is secure. That gives you 14 days to go through the system, work the system, and if it's in your favour, then that gets it resolved.
Right.
At the moment, the case is still live. There is no stay of execution. That's the problem.
Whilst the agents give Bathsheba some time to try and sort payment, Max starts an inventory of seizable assets.
When do you start nicking stuff?
We won't be nicking anything, sir. That's not how we work. We're here on behalf of the High Court.
Bathsheba has one of the other directors on the phone.
And who's this? Hello, sir. Hello there. Can we just come to some agreement? All I need is for you to authorise the young lady here to pay the bill. It's put in our client account for 14 days, and if you're successful.
But the other director, Daniel Moore, seems unwilling to make a payment. Instead, he makes a fresh claim.
Everything in that office belongs to Axmo. It does not belong to London Rentals and Sales. And if you'll be removing any goods, you're going to be removing my goods, and I'm Axmo Limited. And if you're doing it against the law, if you want to come and have a meeting with me when I'm there, I'm more than happy to sit down with you. We can't just go in there and fully and start taking things out of there.
While Mr. Moore maintains that all the goods and assets belong to a different company, Steve needs to see proof.
I actually need black and white paperwork to say that this is the transfer of all the goods from this company to this company.
Well, I can't just show that to you standing on 150,000 office, can I?
This is your office here, so somebody must have access to it.
If you want to come back tomorrow, I can show you all the paperwork.
Unfortunately, we're here and we've been instructed to come today, sir. We often come across people that try and use different companies in the attempt to run away from their debts that they run up. I don't see it as frustration so much, it's more of a gain for them. And obviously we're there to collect on behalf of the claimant, so it's our job to try and find out the loopholes that they've fallen into.
Steve and Max have now been on the premises for almost 40 minutes, but the directors haven't made any attempt to raise the money the company owes. So Max continues his inventory.
I've been here for a long time, I can tell when people are going to pay or they're not.
But the directors are adamant that the assets belong to another company.
You're coming for something under London Rentals and Management. You're mixing up two different companies.
The law dictates that I need an original bill of sale to show where the ownership is. If you find that, that's fine.
To break the stalemate, Max looks for documents linking the assets to the debtor company.
Oh, there we go, look. Bank statements, yeah. November to December.
To be repossessed as well?
It's not to be repossessed, you gain intelligence.
And makes an important discovery.
London Rental and Sales, with a balance of 140,000.
This is what we call a won't pay.
As the bank statements appear to show the company can afford to pay the debt in full, Max is forced to take action.
Okay, I'm escalating the case to the sale and disposal stage. Everything's getting unplugged. If you tell all your staff to start saving up their work.
The agent starts packing up office equipment, ready for removal.
Very much. Yes. I've asked if we can get a payment and you've said no. There's plenty of office goods here, IT equipment. I'm asking you to just keep out of our way while we do a complete removal.
No, just because you want your way, I want my way.
Unfortunately, I'm here on behalf of the High Court and my way wins.
But then, Bathsheba receives another call from Mr. Moore.
Please don't lock us in, that would be a serious mistake.
She instructs a colleague to lower the shop shutters.
Okay, stop.
With the door to the property now blocked, Max and Steve are in an unpredictable situation.
Stop.
Steve Pinner and Max Caraher were in Willesden, North London, to recover a debt of almost £15,000 from a lettings company.
We're both enforcement agents sent here with a High Court writ.
Company director Bathsheba Apter claimed the case had been put on hold
There was a court case on Friday regarding this. Why won't you?
and said they wouldn't pay.
This is what we call a won't pay.
Then a fellow director claimed the goods belonged to another company.
Everything in that office belongs to Axmo. Does not belong to London Rentals and Sales.
But when Max started stacking goods ready for removal, an employee blocked the door.
The shutters down.
Stop.
Now the agents must make it clear that blocking them in is a criminal offence.
To obstruct us in the course of our duty is a criminal offence.
Oh, okay.
So please don't do that.
Not even this
Not even this.
Fully open the shutters. Fully open the shutters, please. Thank you very much.
The agents have been on the premises for 50 minutes. With no sign of payment, Max calls for a recovery firm to take the goods away.
Hi, I want to do a complete removal. Can you send contractors down as soon as possible?
Okay, no problem, I'll get that sorted.
Right, guys, all these screens are going. If you can save up your work for me, please.
But then, another man arrives.
Hello, sir. We have paperwork which allows us to be here.
Who are you, sir?
Sorry, I'm Mr. Schwade. I'm a colleague of Mr. Moore.
You're a colleague?
Yeah.
Okay. If you get permission from the director, then I can speak to you. I have a High Court writ. Of course you can see the High Court writ, yes.
So it's against LRS. Have you established that whatever you're touching is that belongs to LRS?
Onus of proof isn't on ourselves.
I'm not here to fight you.
No, we're not here to fight either.
After seeing the High Court writ, Mr. Schwain starts to negotiate on behalf of company director Daniel Moore.
Well, I'm suggesting that, I mean, it's a lot of money. Can he pay something now?
We've told the young lady,
if
they pay the debt now, which is 15,000.
Yes, they haven't got 15 grand
Yes,
now.
they have.
I'm asking
They've got the money.
How do you know they've got the money?
Well, there was a bank statement
in the account.
on the
It's
table.
in it.
Okay. This is a small amount of money for a company which the keys on the wall prove it's a viable proposition.
But company director Bathsheba still insists that the company can't afford to pay in full.
All these people are out of business.
Sure.
We don't accept the payment plan.
The reason we're not doing this is because that every move we've made, you've put up a barrier. So we feel that you're not being cooperative.
Mr. Schwain takes Bathsheba to one side.
I thought we got it in there, we got it out.
He's talking some sense into her. It's always key to find somebody who will half listen to start with. Then you can talk to them and hopefully they can get through to the person that's not listening to you. It's another tool that we have to use to try and get the message across.
Minutes later, Mr. Schwain is back to talk to the agents.
I'm arranging that you'll get it.
Okay. Once we get authorisation from our company, our head office, they'll get a receipt for the money that's paid.
The company has agreed to pay the £15,700 owed.
Check your bank for clear. Check your bank for clear.
So
She's just authorised.
Okay.
Steve calls the office to check payment has gone through.
Jenny, I'm looking for £15,714.55p. Thank you very much.
Are they paid it?
Yeah, it's gone through.
After almost 3 hours at the premises, the case is finally resolved.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. Whether it comes within 10 minutes or 5 hours, it is absolutely great when we win. They've thrown everything at us, and through all the odds, we've come out on top, collecting a sum of money owed to somebody who rightfully deserves it. Great work on that, sir. Absolutely excellent.
We tried our hardest.
A leading motoring organisation estimates that the number of UK drivers handed parking fines by private companies has more than doubled in the last 5 years. Research suggests that private parking tickets are being issued at a rate of 1 every 7 seconds, with penalty charges often reaching up to £100. (7 a.m). High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Townhill, Swansea.
You seem quite low today. I am really low. How's that like? It's whenever it's sunny, you're happy. Yeah. I mean, you're sad. You're in the wrong country you are now.
Today, they're looking for David Williams, who owes almost £2,000 in unpaid parking fines.
My side, I think.
The case began when Mr. Williams parked on private property without buying valid tickets.
Red windows. That's the one.
The parking company escalated the case to the High Court, and now Mr. Williams must pay the money he owes today.
Keep an eye on this window, by the way.
David Stanley Williams, is it?
Correct. You got me.
Yeah.
What do you want?
High Court enforcement agent.
22
David.
quid, is it?
£22?
Is it 22 quid?
No, more like £1,981.
I don't know, fuck all about that one. What the fuck is that one about now?
Okay, the High Court enforcement agents.
Yeah, right.
You to execute a High Court writ against you and pay parking fines.
Well, you ain't got no fucking money.
No?
No. Yeah? And how the fuck can you get blood out of this stone?
Go and get changed, mate. We'll stand by here and wait for you.
No, like fuck the like.
Trying to work with you. We're trying to give you time here to get this sorted.
I have told you I've got no fucking money.
Right.
Can't work with you. Can't work with fuck all. No.
Being aggressive, right?
Thank you very much. How are you, alright? Are you Mrs. Williams?
Yeah, if I'm his wife.
Go move work from where you are, love.
No point being aggressive.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to
Well,
stop
it's not all
it.
we can do.
Stop it.
It's not all we can do.
Thank you very much.
As the agents get invited into the property, Mitch tries to calm Mr. Williams down.
Let's start again, right? Let's lower our voices. We'll stop the bad language and we'll start again from the start, right?
Don't sit down.
Mr. Williams is keen to tell the agents his side of the story.
I was told that I didn't have to pay it because it was a private company.
What's it for?
All the parking tickets.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he did get told that because it was on private property that he didn't need to pay it.
It seems that Mr. Williams had been told by friends that fines issued from private parking companies couldn't be recovered by High Court enforcement agents. Gareth sets the record straight.
They wouldn't just issue fines for the sake of it, would they?
I don't know. And if you read online, everything you read online says as well about private property.
County Court judgment and the High Court writ says different, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, we know that now.
There's a myth going around, especially on social media, that you don't need to pay private parking company fines because they can't enforce their own fines. Part of that is correct. They can't enforce them, but we can. So if you are racking up your private parking company fines, just be careful because they are going to transfer to the county court and then ultimately to the High Court, and we'll be knocking your door. So we can remove assets where they can't.
The agent's visit has clearly come as a shock. But Gareth and Mitch must make Mr. Williams understand what he needs to do next.
How much are you looking for today?
We had to collect the full balance, mate.
1,900 quid.
No, I ain't got that today. But I can't remove anything from you because I will stop you.
Okay, I'll phone the police and have you for obstructing an enforcement agent doing his
I
duties.
will stop you, I'm telling you now.
Okay. Like we said, we're here to help you, right, David? So the last thing you want to do is start removing assets.
I got nobody I can phone. I've recently just got off benefits. I've been trying to make a way for myself, and I get pissed off because I got fucking people coming after me for money all the time. And it's hard. When I think I'm cleared of all my debt, another one knocks the fucking door, and it pisses me off even more. I'm a doorman myself, so I don't earn great money.
It's clear Mr. Williams has hit hard times, but the agents must try and get some sort of repayment for the claimant. Gareth gives him some time to try and raise whatever he can.
Okay, so it's now 8:30. We'll give it till 22. We'll give it another 10 minutes.
You keep pushing. There's no way. Where the hell am I supposed to get the money from? I can't do nothing.
If you stop him, you're going to be locked up. You think I can stop him? Can I go past?
Yeah, no problem.
How much do you want?
£1,981, please, and 60 pence.
Realising the agents aren't going to go away, Mr. Williams gets on the phone.
I know it's nothing to do with you, but is there any chance you can lend me £2 grand and I'll pay it back to you? No chance of that. No chance.
Said no, mate, did he?
Yeah.
So I really don't know what we can do. No, we're not one of these people who say that we can't afford it, and then all of a sudden we get money. We can't afford to pay it.
No point getting upset over it. You told me to pay it, I should have paid it. I was listening to other people before you, again.
With any sort of payment looking unlikely, the agents are duty-bound to look for some assets of value.
There's nothing on you, that's all I've purchased, right?
We'll have a quick look upstairs then.
Good luck with it, man.
There's an edge cutter over there.
Please don't take that.
Anything I got?
There's nothing up there, mate.
Alright, but you gotta have a look, right?
It soon becomes clear that there's nothing of any value in the house.
Do you want to go and have a chat with your missus and see if you can think of anybody else?
There is nobody else.
As soon as you walk through that front door, realistically you know if this debt's going to be paid or not. Or if not, if the debt has enough assets for you to remove some of the property, I know straight away that it's potentially not going to get paid. So we have got a heart. We just want to work with them, really, and try and get the debt paid off on their terms, but also terms that the client are happy with.
The agents are running out of options.
What are you thinking?
Just wasting time, mate. Do you agree? Wasting time?
Yeah.
Gareth decides to throw Mr. Williams a lifeline.
It's not very often we do this, right? But we'll ask you for £1,000 in 7 days, and then the remaining balance in 28. So it's £1,000 in 7 days and £900 21 days after that.
Right.
Some months.
Got a month to get £1,900.
Right.
What do you think about that?
We can give it a go.
Give it a go.
That's all we can do.
Mr. Williams agrees to pay £1,000 in a week's time and then pay the remaining balance in instalments.
All right then, do your best.
All right then, take care both. Ta-ra. Ta-ra.
It's been a difficult case for the agents.
There was no money inside the house. He was on poor wages, but it looks like he's just been a doorman, so it was impossible to get any kind of result there. But any kind of positive result, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing we could do anyway, was there?
No.
Gareth and Mitch faced an almost impossible situation. But in Paul and Max's next case...
How long do I have?
You have an hour to vacate the property.
A simple eviction
I understand that this is probably the worst day of your life.
leaves a family in crisis.
I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
Latest government figures reveal that nearly 9,000 households in England and Wales were evicted from their homes during the first quarter of 2017. The number has risen by more than a quarter in the last 7 years, and last year more than 130,000 landlords applied to courts to get their properties back. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Max Caraher are in Barking, East London, to carry out an eviction.
But what are we doing today?
We have a writ of possession for a Mr. Mohammed Abdullah.
Mr. Abdullah has been renting a flat for 6 years with his wife and 2 children. But when his tenancy came to an end, his landlord decided not to renew his lease.
It's a flat.
Be on the top floor, I suppose.
Notice of eviction was sent by the county court, but was ignored. So the case was escalated to the High Court, and now the tenants must leave today.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We have a repossession order for this property.
My husband is not at home, so I can't actually open the door.
Do you want to ring your husband? Are you still there?
My husband is coming.
The agents have the right to force entry, but they decide to wait for her husband to arrive.
I think the shock of having your home repossessed must be only next to the death of an immediate relative. It's absolutely devastating to have the home and the circumstances that you have known to be suddenly taken away from you, which of course is what happens when we turn up.
5 minutes later, Mr. Abdullah arrives.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing, mate?
Mr. Abdullah?
Yeah.
My name is Paul Bohill.
Apple.
I'm a High Court enforcement agent. This is
Max Caraher.
We have a High Court writ here.
It's,
It instructs us to repossess the property today. Were you aware of this?
Yeah, I am aware of it. And
What is it, rent arrears or it's the end
no,
of the
no, no,
tenancy?
he's selling the property.
All right.
How long do I have?
You have an hour to vacate the property.
If you can just give me today.
No,
I can.
it's got to be now. But all you need to do is to take what you're likely to need for 24 hours. The landlord is obliged to let you back into the property so that you can get your personal possessions out and then get down to the council as quickly as you can. So what I'd like you to do is, if you open the door, explain it to your wife.
She's scared.
She's scared. I know
don't
she is.
worry, I will.
Can I?
Yeah,
Can I?
Of course, of course.
I understand that this is probably the worst day of your life, which is why we asked her to call you, which is why we've stood down until you've got here.
Thank you. Come on in. Come on. Let me take you. Sorry.
Mr. Abdullah needs to reassure his wife before letting the agents into the flat.
Monet. 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 অসুবিধা নেই খুলো আমি বলতেছি খুলো ডোন্ট ওয়ারি খুলো ডোন্ট ওয়ারি তুমি গেটটা খুলো এটা হচ্ছে কি যে বাড়িওয়ালার থেকে আসছে অসুবিধা নাই এটার জন্য আমি ওয়েট করতেছিলাম খুলো ডোন্ট ওয়ারি কাম অন প্লিজ
Thank you. Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
but
madam.
what?
That's the. Don't worry. You calm down, okay?
John.
Don't worry. That's
Okay.
fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, I have to take all this, and I need at least 2 hours so that I put everything in the back.
We can't allow 2 hours. You only have an hour.
Okay.
I'll start on that if that's all right.
Yeah. My colleague's going to change the lock, so he'll start
Okay.
on doing that. Please don't forget anything. Make sure you've got everything you're likely to need. Okay.
Thank you.
While Max changes the locks, Paul wants to find out more about how the family got themselves into this situation.
If I can just clarify, what's happened is you've lived here for 6 years, but the landlord now wants to sell the property, which is fair enough, obviously.
Everything started when my wife was pregnant, heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
But suddenly he told me one day that he's selling the property. I said, okay, fine.
Have you looked at any rented property?
I did, because I got multiple health issues. I lost my job, and I couldn't afford the deposit because, as you know, like £600 just the fees for these.
For the agents?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a glaucoma, cataract, and uveitis, and the sleep apnea.
You're a complete write-off, really. Okay, but you actually work now? You're still working?
Yes, I'm self-employed, try to make a living as much as I
Okay.
can.
Have you made any approaches to the council yet?
They said, like, until you come, they can't help us with the accommodation and stuff.
Right. So, you had no problems with the landlord, I take it. You've paid your rent on time. When you got the first notice of the eviction order, you took that down to the council? Yes.
Yeah, they told me, like, unless they receive the letter you just gave me,
Yeah.
they can't help me at all. I told them my circumstances. I got a 5-month-old son,
Yes.
5-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and I got multiple health issues, but still they said, like, no, we can't help you unless you come in and take over.
It seems that the council told Mr. Abdullah he couldn't be rehoused before the family were evicted and became officially homeless.
My point was, like, if you knew that I'm going through this thing, so why not help me when
Okay.
I was in a position not to upset anyone? I could have, like, moved my stuff, and no one had to go through all this.
No. The only explanation they can possibly give is they've got pressure on the housing stock. They don't know which way to turn because they've got more people needing houses than they've ever got houses to give them, right? But this question of saying don't move out till the bailiffs come, it creates a pressure point which is here today. I'm just sorry that it's come to this. I think it's terrible. If we do 4 evictions in a day, we get exactly the same readout 4 times. They're always told to wait. If they leave the property before the bailiff is there, they will have made themselves intentionally homeless and they won't be rehoused. So it's an absolute catch-22.
The agents have been in the house for almost 20 minutes when a family member turns up to help.
Hello.
Are you okay? About
Are you family? You're on family. Your family, are you?
Yeah, my
Oh,
cousin.
please, yeah, I'm Paul.
But the situation is taking its toll, and Mr. Abdullah wants to explain more about the impact the eviction could have on his family.
I feel really stressed out. I don't know where they're gonna put me, or where they're gonna give me temporary accommodation. My daughter's school is here. I'm a self-employed, so I got my customers, and most of my customers are based here, and my hospitals are here. So I don't know what's gonna happen to me. And it's difficult. It's difficult. It's really difficult.
The family's time to pack their essentials and leave is up.
Take care.
Thank you.
Be good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's all right.
Now homeless, the family will have to apply to the council to provide emergency accommodation.
Take care.
As Max finishes installing the new locks, the landlord arrives to take possession of the property.
That's all right, no problem. It's all done. All the locks are changed. There you go, guys. So this is sold, is it? You just need.
Well, just really, yeah. I mean, it was sold.
It soon becomes clear that having had to wait for 7 months to get his property back, it's been a difficult time.
We started trying to go through the process in June. And I said to him that this is the situation, sold, served him notice on October the 3rd.
Yep.
Said to him, look, don't pay rent for 2 months, because we never took a deposit, so I said, don't pay rent for 2 months. It gives you enough time to build some money up, deposit, etc.
With the flat now back in the possession of the landlord, the eviction is complete.
If you look at that as a pretty stock example, really, isn't it? Genuine people, circumstances exacerbated, sadly, by the council's policy not to give them a new property until the bailiffs turn up with the repossession order. He's lived there for 6 years. I feel really sorry for him. Seems an absolutely genuine bloke. Then you see the other half, that the landlord comes in and he was getting so stressed because this was taking so long.
I feel really sorry for that.
Yeah. So you've got both sides of the story.
Recent research has shown that over a third of the UK's small and medium-sized businesses are struggling with late payments. Nearly 1 in 5 businesses affected by overdue payments report that being owed between £20,000 and £50,000 would be enough to drive them into bankruptcy. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Bryn Mawr, South Wales. They're here to collect a large debt of just over £12,000 owed to a utility company for an unpaid electricity bill.
On the way to see Kaylee Cartwright. Owes £12,000. 12 grand's worth of electric's a lot, isn't it?
The agents have been given a home address and another for a commercial property.
That's what we're looking for, but fantastic. Sunbed shop, makes sense, electric. Electric, to have a lot of electric, wouldn't it? There we are.
Knowing there might be goods to seize here, the agents visit this address first, in the hope that the threat of removing business assets might prompt a swift payment.
Looking for Kaylee Cartwright, please. You able to get on the phone for her?
I can try and get hold of my name 15 there. I'm gonna have to get up here, David. There's something to do with Kaylee.
Is Kaylee able to phone you?
Well, I place my name, sir.
Brilliant, thank you. Hello?
Hi, mate, sorry.
All right, David, is it?
Yeah.
David, looking for Kaylee,
Any chance you
please?
I'm on my way over. Can I leave my salon if there's nothing to do with me?
No, not at all, no. We won't be leaving the salon, no. I suggest you get Kaylee up here, mate, to deal with it. We won't be leaving the salon, no.
Alright, I'm on my way over.
The receptionist's nephew, David, claims that he now owns the shop. And just minutes later, he arrives.
I'm gonna go now, David.
Hey mate, you're David, you?
Yeah.
Hey mate, alright?
How's it going?
Looking for Kaylee, we are, buddy.
Nothing to do with me, so I don't want
Yeah, we don't want to
Can I tell you my lease that I own this property and you can leave it then, yeah?
No, we'll do a thorough search of the property.
Yeah, that's fine. Come on then. Let's do your thorough search.
The agent's notes say clearly that Kaylee is linked to this address. Suspicious of the man's claims, they investigate further.
So why is Kaylee giving this address up, mate?
Kaylee, you phoned this address before?
Is she any relation to yourself, mate, or? No, no ex-partner, nothing like that?
Ex-partner, maybe, years ago.
How long ago, mate?
Nothing to do with me, speak to her, that's good. There's the lease, don't see it?
The lease for the premises is in David's name, but it doesn't prove that Kaylee doesn't still own the business and its assets. Gareth turns detective.
Got to warn you now, as soon as I find one letter with Kaylee's name on it, mate, I will be enforcing the writ to you, yeah?
If there is any documentation, it's letters that have been sent here that I couldn't pass on to police.
And he quickly finds something.
It's a contract here for the utility warehouse. When was the last time you saw them, mate? Seem very cagey, there's some information about it, mate.
Yeah, private though.
Okay. It's just funny you're confused why you still got letters from it.
The pile of letters are all addressed to Kaylee. But then Gareth finds a court document relating directly to the debt they are here to enforce.
Come on now, mate. Why is the original judgment for claimant on the floor by there for Kaylee? Right by there. Right by there. So
Kaylee doesn't even know anything about this.
So why has it been opened then?
I didn't open it. I don't know.
So who has opened it and thrown it on the floor by there? You obviously opened it.
Anyway.
You obviously opened it and put it by there for Kaylee. We wasn't born yesterday, David, right?
With evidence to suggest that Kaylee has been trading from the premises, the agents have the right to remove goods belonging to her to offset the debt. But David still insists that the business and its assets belong to him.
You want to show you what the somebody belongs to?
Yes, please. And also the computer, the desks and everything, mate.
Do receipts for every single asset inside the building?
Yes.
David shows Mitch an inventory on his computer he thinks proves that he owns all the equipment in the salon.
We're going to show me all the individual sunbeds on there, mate. So we're looking for make and models for each sunbeds, chairs, computer system.
That means nothing to us, mate. It might do to you. It wouldn't to the courts either.
The inventory is just a general list of equipment without specific make and model numbers, and it's not proof of ownership.
Start taking this inventory, buddy.
So Mitch starts listing assets for removal. But then David produces another document.
What is it you found?
Invoice.
The invoice.
Sunbeds.
The sunbeds.
Mitch goes to check it out and immediately spots similarities with the previous inventory.
You've just changed that, mate. It's exactly the same document you just showed me. So all of a sudden changed to 6 sunbeds, optional X series.
Maybe he wasn't born yesterday.
The document looks almost the same as the first inventory David produced. Only this time it has the specific make and model numbers they were looking for.
Both exactly the same invoices.
Exactly the same invoices?
Yeah, but there's a couple of details changed that we wasn't happy with downstairs.
Gareth compares the two documents closely.
So look at this then.
So it says sunbeds?
17th of 12th, 2000.
Sunbeds in this property?
This is funny. Same date on both invoices, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means they
Give me the last four referencing that number. 6652.
6652, same reference.
Yeah. Give me the end balance, but 75,168.
Correct.
Whoa. Something's not right here, mate.
The agents are suspicious that David may have altered the first invoice he showed them, adding in extra details to confirm his ownership of the goods.
I do believe you changed it.
Right. You can believe in ghosts. It doesn't even
somebody's changed this, whether you did or those ghosts you're on about, has changed this invoice. So I'm guessing it's you.
The case has taken an unexpected turn. It will take all of the agents' investigative skills to get to the bottom of this situation. Gareth Short and Mitch Starr were in Bryn Mawr, South Wales, to recover a debt of £12,000 owed by Kaylee Cartwright for an unpaid electricity bill.
I've got Kaylee Cartwright, please.
The writ listed the address as a tanning salon, but a man called David claimed to be the new owner and said Kaylee was no longer involved with the business.
So why is Kaylee giving this address then, mate?
Kaylee, you've shown this address before.
But the agents found evidence suggesting that Ms. Cartwright has been trading from the salon.
Why is the original judgment for claimant on the floor by there for Kaylee? Right by there.
And threatened to remove assets if the debt wasn't paid.
Do receipts for every single asset inside the building?
Then David said he owns all the goods on site.
You want to show you what the sunbeds belong to?
Yes, please.
But the agents weren't happy with his documentation.
I do believe you changed it.
Right. You can believe in ghosts. It doesn't mean it's
somebody's changed this, whether you did or those ghosts you're on about, has changed this invoice. So I'm guessing it's you.
Now, with no proof that David is the rightful owner of the goods in the salon, Gareth turns up the pressure.
You either get hold of Kaylee, or these assets can be removed, right? Have we got a number then?
I don't know the number for that.
Go on then.
Gareth tries the number David has given him for Kaylee.
Calls are not currently being connected.
But then he spots something on David's phone.
You still got on in your phone as Princess. Surely if you wasn't with her, you'd be changing that from Princess to Kaylee. You got a daughter together, have you?
It's clear that David and the debtor, Kaylee, are more closely connected than he initially let on. The pressure seems to be getting too much.
I didn't leave.
You carry on.
With David now gone, and with no proof that the goods don't belong to Kaylee, Gareth and Mitch could start the recovery process. But as this would incur extra fees, Gareth has a plan B.
Go up to a home address now. See where the pay us now, like, or we're going to go back down the shop and take everything. Something can be paid on this one. Definitely.
The agents now head to the residential address they have for Kaylee.
12 minutes a week.
If she doesn't pay up, they'll return to the salon to take all the assets they've earmarked for removal. But as they arrive, they spot a work van parked outside.
Smart tanning, muscle tanning.
The agents now suspect that someone involved with the tanning business has driven straight round to see Kaylee.
Kaylee's there? Hey, Kaylee, all right?
There's no sign of anyone from the tanning shop, but Kaylee immediately makes a surprising offer.
I've got the money here if you need it.
You're going to pay in full, you?
Apparently
Do you know how much the balance is?
What was it?
£12,007.69.
She starts pulling out pre-packed bags of cash from a waste paper bin.
Wish I had been the money in the house again.
It's not even mine.
Is it going to be all in cash or?
Can't so.
Though she claims the debt is nothing to do with her, Kaylee produces the full balance of just over £12,000.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Is it okay if I sit down to count that?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much.
Is it unpaid electric bills?
I think so. This isn't my money, this isn't my bill to pay for. It's nothing to do with me. It was in my name. It's not my...
The David's, is it?
I don't care.
No?
I literally, it's nothing to do with me, I don't care. It's just the end of this. No.
Yeah, it's done now. Done. In front of you, yeah, Kale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7. Yeah, you happy with that? Perfect.
As Kaylee has now paid off the debt in full, the case is resolved.
Right, thanks for being decent, we appreciate that.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Take care. Ta-ra.
But Kaylee's connection to the salon and where the money has come from remains a mystery.
Ka-ching! Can't complain with that, mate. Turned up, didn't think we'd get a result. Walking out with a bag full of money and a pocket full of money.
Happy days.
You better go to the bank.
Just cash it.
Tomorrow at 9, Rich House Poor House returns for a new series with 2 new families ready to swap lives and budgets. Coming up next, looking back on a case that tore a family apart, Becky Watts, killed for kicks.
Anger.
Get back up! Get out of here!
Threats.
I'll smash his head.
Desperation.
You think you can tear my family apart?
What happens when death leads to a family emergency?
Told you that, a bully.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents face to face with debtors in crisis.
Do not touch me. I'm not touching. Do not touch me.
But if you can't pay,
Everything you take.
they'll take it away. In England and Wales, over 400,000 county court judgments were issued against consumers during the first half of 2016. The total value of these debts was £829 million. Accrington, Lancashire. Stuart McCracken is on the road with colleague Ian Taylor.
Remember that advert? Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly.
The agents have a writ to collect over £5,000, owed to a business consultancy by Mr. Junaid Arsad.
How much does Mr. Ashad owe today?
£5,344.80.
All right.
As Stuart and Ian arrive at the address, they spot a vehicle parked outside the property.
We'll say at Leon parked outside.
If Mr. Arsad can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to seize any of his assets, including vehicles, to cover the debt.
Hello?
As the front door is open, Stuart takes the opportunity to make peaceful entry.
Hello? Hello there. We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
He's not here right now.
Are you able to get him on the phone? We're High Court enforcement agents.
Sorry?
Well, we're High Court enforcement agents. Are you able to get him on the phone?
Is it not possible if you can come back?
Well, we're here now with an active High Court writ, you see, so it is important you try and get him on the phone.
I will try to phone it.
Please, that'd be great, thank you.
But he doesn't really live here.
When we get told that the defendant's not here at the moment, we've got a High Court writ to execute, which means that we'll be doing it in their presence or not in their presence. It's entirely up to them. But I'd rather speak to defendants and try and get the matter resolved.
The woman is the debtor's wife. She tries to get her husband on the phone.
Yeah, but clean up phone back.
Yeah.
He's not home right.
Well, at the moment, we've got a High Court writ, which means that we all have to take control of goods, you see.
But then a man appears in the hallway.
Hello there, sir. My name is Mr. McCracken. We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been instructed to execute a High Court writ for Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
What's going on?
To collect a balance of £5,344.
We haven't received any letters from wherever you come from.
Right.
If I received it, I should get back to you, but we haven't received any letters.
But a letter has been sent.
I don't really live here. My wife, she lives here. Well, I haven't, nothing belongs with me.
Right. Do you need to try and raise some funds, sir?
I mean, I haven't got anything.
It appears the debtor, Mr. Arsad, has been in the house the whole time. But as he claims he can't pay, Stuart turns his attention to the car parked outside.
Okay, so who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got any documents to prove that?
She's got the documents.
Brilliant.
Unless Mr. Arsad's wife provides proof she's the rightful owner of the car and not her husband, the agents have the right to seize it.
The last thing people want is a vehicle being removed. It puts them under immense pressure. Nobody wants to be losing their car. We do want to see cars outside houses because it gives us the leverage that we need to try and get a payment.
But then, Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrives at the address.
Hello there, sir.
Yeah, boss. You know she's got disabled children.
Right. Okay.
What is it regarding?
We're here, sir, with an active High Court writ. The enforcement is at this address. Everything belongs to you until proven otherwise.
While Mr. Arsad's wife and brother-in-law look for proof that she owns the car, Ian goes outside to clamp it.
Anything, we don't know anything about it.
Yep. That's just insurance. Yeah, anyone can be insured in a vehicle. We need to see sale or receipt.
I don't have the logbook. He doesn't even drive, he doesn't have the licence.
I haven't got the license, it's not my car.
So
It's my wife's car.
Yep, but we need to see some documentation, as I've already said. So I'm going to give you 30 minutes to try and either A, raise funds, or B, I'll be ringing recovery. Okay, so use this time wisely. The balance is £5,344.
When we do our job, all the time we hear the goods don't belong to him, but because we've got a High Court writ for that address, it's up to them to prove to us the goods don't belong to the defendant. And if they can't do that, then that's when we start taking control of goods.
We need to see a sales receipt for that vehicle.
But it's my sister's car though, so how does that work right now?
Right, how did you pay for it? Did you pay cash?
I give it the car.
It's a stalemate. But then Stuart spots a bunch of keys.
Just going to do a mileage check on the vehicle, mate.
Also, he's took my keys.
And ramps up the pressure.
We've managed to get hold of the keys that were hanging up, so I'm just going to do a quick vehicle check before we're in recovery for it to be removed.
But Stuart's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Father, don't you take a key off that? Because my sister's
The key at the moment, sir, has been seized.
She's got
That's fine.
disabled children.
Yeah, but at the moment, sir, the
You've
car's
come to
been
deal with him.
seized.
You've not come to... She's got
Yeah,
disabled
but we need to see
children.
some documentation
She takes
for
them
that.
to hospital.
Let go. Let go now.
No.
Let go now.
The man tries to take the keys from Stuart.
No.
Let go now.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't
Yeah.
need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Listen, man, you don't.
Get your hands off me now. Where's your
No, I've got him on my key.
Right.
I've not got my hands.
Remove your hand now.
I've
Or
got my
I'll
hands.
phone the police and be removed. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
I'm not touching
Do not
you.
touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Your hand is touching
I've
me.
got
Get
my
off me
touching my
now.
keys.
Get off me now.
I'm touching the
Get
keys.
off me now. All of a sudden, you've got a family member that arrives that just throws the whole picture out the window, really. You've then got a secondary battle to deal with by calming down other people in the family. I won't say it a third time, sir.
I'm touching the keys.
Yeah? At the moment, the car's been seized, sir.
I've got two disabled kids. Please bring
Get your hand off me now.
She's got
Get your hand off me now.
disabled children.
Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? She's
Yeah,
got
I know
two disabled
exactly what you're saying, but get your hand off me now.
We don't know anything about it.
Thank
That's what I'm
you.
saying.
This routine job has taken an unpredictable turn. With tensions rising, will Stuart and Ian be able to resolve this case peacefully? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor were in Accrington, Lancashire, to recover a debt of over £5,000.
Hello? We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
The debtor, Mr. Arsad, claimed he had no means to pay the debt.
Nothing belongs with me.
Right.
I haven't got anything.
The agents seized a car parked outside the house.
Who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got any documents to prove that?
Then Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrived at the scene.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't
Yeah.
need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
And the situation became volatile.
She's got
Get your hand off me now.
children.
Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? She's
Yeah,
got
I know
two
exactly what you're saying, but get your hand off me now.
We don't know anything about it.
Thank
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Now, as Stuart and Ian try to get the debt recovery back on track, the debtor's brother-in-law decides to shut the door on the agents and block the exit.
That's all I'm saying. You need to leave that
I'm
door
here
open.
for my sister who's got
Yeah,
disabled
you need to
children.
leave that
No,
door
I'm not
open.
gonna leave
You
it
are.
open.
Right, phone the police, Ian.
Yeah, call the police.
Yeah, will do. I'll call them now. It's false imprisonment. You need to open the door
It's
now.
not false. She's
Of
got
course it is.
disabled
Of course it
children.
is.
I don't care.
False imprisonment, mate. On 999 it. Open the door. When somebody tries to lock the door on us, it shows that they're trying to control the situation. They think, right, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. The problem that we've got is it's false imprisonment. It's a legal issue then. We then have to think on our feet and think about the security of ourselves and the people around us. Open the door. Open the door now. I need immediate police assistance, please. Yeah.
Stuart's call to the police forces the brother-in-law to back down.
Leave that door open, thank you. No problem, thanks very much. Right, the door's open. We would need police assistance for breach of the peace.
A few minutes later, the police arrive on the scene.
Morning, officers. Thank you very much for your time. We're falsely imprisoned. When they realise we're phoning the police, they've opened the door and let us back out again.
How many is? Two of you?
There's me at the moment and my colleague in the hallway at the moment, but it seemed to calm down, so when I phoned the police, I said, look, we don't need you now, because I don't want to be wasting the police time. You sure?
Yeah, of course
Brilliant.
With the police present, the family finally starts to cooperate with the agents.
I'm not being rude or out.
No, it's fine.
I'm just doing it for my sister.
You've got to do what
She's
you've got to do,
got
mate. I understand that.
She's got disabled children. This debt thing, that's got nothing to do.
No, I understand.
She's working on it. She said, can she get about an hour?
It's at the moment we can give it to 11 o'clock, so that's 25 past 10.
She should have this one.
All right.
But while Mr. Arsad's wife tries to raise some funds, the defendant comes up with a surprising offer.
Can we give you not money and anything worth of 5,000, 6,000?
What do you mean?
It's like gold or something.
Mr. Arsad is offering to settle the debt with the family jewellery.
I've never taken gold before. It'd be a first.
Oh, don't take the car, it's not worth anything. There's loads of gold up there.
The family's prized possessions are at risk, but for the agents, seizing jewellery is not a straightforward job.
When we're offered gold, we don't know how much it's going to be worth, we don't know how much it's going to get. Plus, if we do remove goods, there's storage fees and auction charges, so we'd rather deal with a payment there and then.
She's in tears in there.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not happy.
With Mr. Assad's wife upset in the back room, his brother-in-law makes the agents an offer on his sister's behalf.
She can pay you half, no problem. She can sort 2,340 out.
Yeah.
I've got that, I can sort it out for her. But then what?
It needs to be the remaining balance, mate. It needs to be the full balance. That's why we're here. That's why we've got an active high court.
Vehicle's only about £2,200.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, but you've also admitted to us there's gold in the house.
So we can take control of that as well.
Mr. Assad's brother-in-law leaves to try and raise the funds.
As a High Court enforcement agent, we're there on behalf of somebody else who couldn't get the money from the defendant, so our response is always the same, and that's we're here to take control of goods unless you can make payments. It's as simple as that.
Minutes later, Mr. Assad's brother-in-law returns to the property.
I'll count that out now.
And makes a cash payment in full.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So that's 500. So that's £5 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 344 quid. Yeah, there's your receipt. And I'll give you my business card now. Don't take the clamp off, mate. There you go.
With payment made, Ian takes the clamp off the car, and the case is resolved.
Paid in full in cash, £5,345. It just shows you if you start applying a bit of a pressure, which we did, money starts coming from somewhere. Great result.
Research by a leading housing charity reveals that nearly 500,000 young adults across the UK rely on their parents to help them pay their rent. Adults aged 18 to 34 receive in total £850 million from their parents each year to help with housing costs. Wolverhampton, West Midlands. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball have a writ to collect almost £9,000 owed in unpaid rent by Mr. John Nichols.
We've got a debt of £8,972.30.
The landlord has escalated the case to the High Court, and Mr. Nichols must pay the £9,000 debt today.
Getting close with the Ford in the drive.
The car is an asset they could seize if Mr. Nichols can't or won't pay.
Hello there. How you doing? Can I speak to John William Nichols, please? Is he at work, is he? Okay.
The debtor's wife and her son are the only ones at home.
I'm here with a High Court writ today. Can you get John on the phone?
Yeah.
Have a word with him. Thank you.
I want to speak to you.
Oh, is that John?
Yeah, speaking, yeah.
Hello, sir. My name's Matthew Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
I'm here at the property with a High Court writ today.
Who's that?
Are you aware of this?
Oh.
Are you close by?
Not the M6 at the moment.
Can you get back here then, John, and we can have a look at this and see what the situation is?
Yeah, I should be able to get back.
It's clear the agent's visit has come as a shock to John. But his wife knows exactly why Matt and Gary are here.
My husband was a guarantor
Right.
for my daughter on a house.
Right, okay.
Just didn't pay the rent.
Oh, right, okay. It's a pretty substantial amount of money. It's
It's about £5,000, I think.
yeah, it's more like about 8,000 now.
Oh, coming out.
Unknown to John, his daughter stopped paying her rent over a year ago. As guarantor, it's John and not his daughter who is liable for the debt.
What can be done about it?
You need to pay, is what the long and short of it. Bit of a situation, isn't it? It's made Dad liable for a good chunk of money, hasn't it? Being a guarantor for a family member is especially tricky because you're not thinking with your head, you're thinking with your heart. But then the implications of when it unravels is devastating for a family. There's nothing worse than money to drive issues within a family situation.
While they wait for John to return, Gary runs a check on the vehicle in the driveway.
Can you do a HPI for us? Cheers, buddy. Thanks, mate.
Back in the house, John's wife has her daughter Charlotte on the phone.
Hang on here. I'll stop you.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello? Can I not do a payment plan with you?
Charlotte, it's not you on the writ, it's your father. Is there anything we have
it
to...
was our guarantor. I'd rather do a payment plan than you taking all my dad's stuff.
Yeah, the claimants obviously took your father to court, so we'd have to sort out anything between us and him, not yourself, you see. You've left him in one hell of a predicament, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I didn't pay the rent is because they didn't bother coming out to fix all the problems.
Take a punch back to your mother.
Okay.
Regardless of Charlotte's dispute with her landlord, the agents are duty-bound to collect the £9,000 they came for.
What's the crack with the car?
Free of finance.
Although the car in the drive is free of finance, it's only worth a fraction of the £9,000 John owes for his daughter's unpaid rent. But then the debtor returns to the house in a much more valuable Range Rover.
Oh, no.
John, do you want to go on the drive? I'll move the car the way if you want.
No, Luke.
You all right, yeah?
We should be taking.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? I've got no 8 grand. I've got fuck all.
Okay.
Yeah.
The agents now have an asset they could potentially seize, but John doesn't seem to want to negotiate.
Packing his bags.
He's packing his bags?
Yeah.
So what?
Leaving.
John? John? Do you want to come down, mate, and have a talk about this? Put you in the picture of what's going on.
You can take 2 cars.
Okay.
I'll do a car key. They can take the 2 cars, they've got the money, they can go. Simple as. I've made this time, because I'm gone as soon as these are gone. Right? I don't know. Somebody shit on me from a great fucking night this time.
It's not your wife that's done this to you, is it?
I don't know.
Let's not get angry with these two in here.
Can we solve it?
There's no
Look,
way
can we...
I can raise that money,
All right.
whatever it is. I've lost the shift now.
Rather than getting all hyped up, all angry,
I'm angry. I'm just...
start shouting at your missus. It's not going to get us anywhere, is it, John?
No, but if you have the 2 cars, I ain't got to pay no more debts or whatever now. Gosh, because I'm finished. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
It's happening more and more often now that parents are acting as guarantors for a debt. We have to enforce the writ. In the same instance, we need to take into account the family, you know. You're putting a bomb in the middle of a family and exploding it from the middle.
Minutes later, one of John's granddaughters arrives at the house.
Charlotte has got us in the shit. I'm grand.
The claimant's taking John to court personally. The long and short of it is you've signed to say that if she doesn't pay the rent, you will. That's what you've signed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand that, but they was telling me that I was paying the rent.
Why hasn't anyone gone to Charlotte's first?
Charlotte's not named on the writ.
They ain't got the money to do that. I can't believe she's done that.
With John unable to pay in full, Matt throws him a lifeline and reduces the amount he has to pay up front.
They normally work on 50%.
So you're looking about
4,500 up front.
Yeah.
I'll raise that much money.
The agents give John an hour to try and raise more funds.
Wait, John, in a bit of a problem at the moment. Charlotte forgot to pay rent for about 15 months.
As family and friends arrive to offer support, John's close to breaking point.
What's this, a fucking freak show? Every fucker's turning up.
Who are them two?
Ransom's.
Oh, yeah.
Must be a bastard freak show. Fucking hell, where gets round to it?
Sorry, John, I'm sorry it's come to you, mate. You know, it's a victim of the circumstance, aren't you, unfortunately?
As John continues to try and raise some money, Matt clamps the Range Rover, ready to seize if John is unsuccessful.
Hello.
Back in the house, John's granddaughter calls Charlotte to see whether she can help pay off the debt she has accrued.
She hasn't got it. She says she can only get £300 on Friday. But she ain't got it.
Oh.
I knew that she would.
I've told her again. She's getting into a rush. Come and speak, or pick the phone the person up, explain. They'll listen and they can sort it out.
We meet these good, honest people who have got themselves into one hell of a mess with debt. Having a debt is embarrassing to people, not only to themselves, but the community they're living in. It's really hard to see, especially when they're trying their best for their family.
John's time to raise some funds is up. Despite his best efforts, he hasn't been able to raise any of the £4,500 the agents have asked for. Matt has been left with no option but to seize John's Range Rover. But to make matters worse, it's added an extra cost to John's debt.
OK, John, I'm going to call Recovery Truck then, mate, just so that you're aware of what that means to take the outstanding debt to £10,826.30. I've got a job for you, mate.
Okay.
Just to pick up and go. It's a Range Rover, and it's been seized with keys.
Okay.
But there's a problem. Valued at £4,000, John's Range Rover won't even cover half the debt. As it's getting late, Gary asked John to call the office the following morning to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance.
I'll give you this letter, mate. Yeah. All the details on, right. Office number's there, my number's there. You need to call me.
Sorry, John. I'm sorry it's come to it, mate. You know, you're a really nice guy and your family are really great as well, but, you know, it's... Unfortunately, she's just dropped you anytime soon.
20 minutes later, the recovery vehicle arrives.
I felt particularly sorry for this chap. I could see that the guy was a grafter. His one sort of luxury in life was his Range Rover, and that's what he'd spent his hard-earned cash on. He's losing probably what is his pride and joy over a debt that's, you know, not of his making.
Matt and Gary have got the result they needed in a sensitive situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
I'm nothing but a fucking bella and told you that, a bully.
They're faced with a hostile response.
You're nothing but a cocky little shit, that's what you are.
After a bitter dispute with an ex-landlady spirals out of control.
But you are though, aren't you?
While cash-strapped young people may have to rely on their parents to pay their rent, families with young children are also vulnerable to falling into arrears. In the first half of last year, nearly a quarter of families who sought help for their debts were in rent arrears. ...7 a.m, Orton, Lancashire.
Well, it's getting dark now, isn't it?
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are back on the road to collect a £6,000 debt.
We're going to visit Miss Natalie Brannan this morning for the outstanding amount of £6,622.
The debtor, Miss Natalie Brannan, owes the money in rent to an ex-landlady, and Stuart and Vic are here to collect full payment today.
Right, here we are. Oh, they're big houses, mate. Right, let's go.
If Miss Brannan can't or won't pay, Stuart and Vic have the right to remove assets to cover the £6,000 debt. There's no answer, but Stuart notices movement upstairs.
Hello? We're after Natalie. Are you Natalie?
Yeah, I'm happily pregnant, sorry.
Right, okay. Right, we're High Court enforcement agents, Natalie. We've been sent here with regards to an outstanding balance. Are you able to come down, Natalie? Because we need to get this sorted.
Seconds later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes to the window.
Listen, right, she isn't coming fucking nowhere.
You want us to come round the back and have a chat?
Don't fucking do nothing back at the property. You think you are?
I'll stay here.
You're the bellend. You think you're big. You think you're untouchable.
What do you mean untouchable, sir?
I'm not your fucking son.
I said, sir, maybe if you came down to the door, you'd be able to hear me.
No one's gonna...
Nah, there we go, yeah.
You
All right.
You don't know nothing. Listen, you better go. I'm telling you now, job or not, go.
It's something that we expect on every job is people to be obstructive. We're not there to be welcomed, we're not there to be accepted with open arms, but we have got a job to do. We have got the High Court on our side, and we are like a dog with a bone. Nothing's going to deter us, and we will stay there until the end.
Despite her partner's hostility to the agents, Natalie seems to want to talk.
This was a house we lived in. It had a septic tank, which I won't even go into the gory details.
Yeah.
Living in a house with mice and trying and everything.
Natalie has been in dispute with her previous landlord. She claims she withheld her rent because of the condition of the property.
Basically, there's been a TCJ issued against me, and I'd sent my friends over on the date they asked. They said that they hadn't received a defence when they actually had. County courts have made a mistake.
Basically, what's happened is she's transferred it to the High Court.
Natalie claims that when she tried to appeal the case, the county court mislaid her statement. But the writ is still active, and no matter what the circumstances, Stuart and Vic are duty-bound to enforce it today.
What do we do now?
We need payment.
Simple as that, Natalie.
The agents have been at the property for over half an hour when Natalie's father turns up at the address.
Lads, you're right.
You're all right.
You know my daughter's 2 weeks off having a baby?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
She
we
told
do.
us.
What do you need today to go away?
£6,600.
Well, no one's got that, so that.
Yeah.
Do you need to go away and see what sort of deal you can come to?
Well, we can do it now. Why would we have to go away?
How can you not go away if you're not going to get £6,500? Because isn't £6,500.
Well, what can they raise?
They can't raise nothing. I'll try and give you something.
Natalie has spotted her father from the window and doesn't want him to make the agents an offer.
Dad, not a payment, I'm serious. No chance, Dad.
Natalie, if you want us to go, that's the only way we're going to go. We need some sort of payment.
Dad?
All right.
You'll have a family member that's received a phone call from the defendant. They're worried, they're scared, try to protect their family, which is completely understandable. But 9 times out of 10, a family member will become like a bull in a china shop to make matters worse.
Minutes later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes out of the house.
You don't have to be in the front, do you?
We do, yeah.
Wayne, don't.
We do, yeah.
Wayne, leave it.
Where do we have to discuss the matter then?
You don't even know you, don't want to know yet. But
Sorry,
you're
sir.
nothing but a fucking bellend.
Yeah.
Told you that, a bully. And Lewis is there, come on. Go and calm down, I'll go Get the somewhere. fuck away from the work van, it's not even your van either.
With tempers escalating, Natalie's father is concerned about his grandchild inside.
Wayne, Spice Boy, just go to work. Wayne, I'll deal with it. I know how you feel, but leave it at that. You're nothing but a cocky little shit. That's what you are. But you are though, aren't you?
In what way, sir?
But you are.
In what way?
Sir.
In this job, you're going to get aggression from some people, but at the end of the day, we are trained in what we do. Being calm and controlling with the situation ensures that you will not be intimidated.
You act like you know everything when you fucking don't. Imagine you rent a house with a kid, pregnant, shit everywhere. 1 month's rent, and they're here for £6,500. Couldn't even live in a house. It had the septic tank, we wasn't told. They don't know. We would use. You should just need to do your job, or it's just wrong.
But she has done the right thing. Most people put their heads in the sand.
It's the most human thing
that's understandable.
about it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Upstairs, Natalie continues to insist that her initial appeal against the writ was mishandled and that the case has gone back to court.
I've got all my court letters now. Are you overriding?
What is it you've sent to the court?
I've got everything on email.
She's a customer service man. She's not stupid. She's got all the paperwork, and it's gone back to the county court, and she's waiting to hear from them.
I'm 39 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Not feeling great at the moment.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. You have to be sympathetic towards some defendants because it might not be their fault they're in this situation, yet we're invading their personal space in their home over something that they might not have inflicted upon themselves. You've got to show some emotion with regards to the job.
Stuart and Vic have been outside the house for 40 minutes. Without access to the property, they can't look into seizing any assets to offset the debt. Given Natalie's condition, Vic offers a reprieve and gives her some extra time to try and sort out her appeal with the courts.
We'll give you 24 hours. It's phone the courts, but you've got to give us a ring tomorrow morning and give us an update.
Oh, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's all we can do now.
We'll ring you later anyway.
Just try and get it sorted, alright?
Alright.
Okay. See you later.
Alright, mate. See you later.
See you later.
Natalie now has 24 hours to sort out her case, but if she's unsuccessful, the agents will be back.
Comes out kicking off, mate, and it turns out to be alright in the end. Yeah. He said to me, I'm sorry for calling you those names, mate, you know what I mean? He's bigger than I thought.
No, I can see he's a big boy.
According to the Bank of England's latest figures, the value of unsecured bank and credit card loans in the UK is growing at its fastest rate in more than 11 years. Last year, consumers took out loans to the value of more than £190 billion, a nearly £15 billion increase in 1 year alone. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Handsworth, Birmingham.
We've got a Ms. Livia Kurvajova. We're looking for £4,064.03.
Quite a lot of money.
Miss Kurvajova owes the money to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
Pull up on the left here, mate.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and Miss Kurvajova must pay today.
Hello there, how are you? I'm looking for Ms. Livia Kurvajova. Is that you?
Yes.
Hello, madam. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here with a High Court writ today. There's an outstanding balance of £4,064.03.
How much?
£4,064.03.
4,000?
I
don't have it 4,000.
Okay.
It's too much for me.
Right, okay. As I say, we are here with a High Court writ. Does it allow us to enter the property? Okay. The writ commands us to either collect payments or to seize goods for the value.
But I can't pay this all money. It's too much money for
You
me.
can't pay it, is that what you're telling me?
But you need full pay.
Yes, we're here for £4,064.03. If that can't be paid, it does go up to £4,658.03. If we have to remove goods, it goes up again to £5,514.83.
Possibly
That's what we're here to do.
Monthly payment?
It's been through the county court, it's now at the High Court. Time for monthly payments has passed, I'm afraid. What was this for? Was it a loan, this? A loan that you had?
Don't work because
Right.
I'm sick.
Okay.
I haven't money, just sick pay.
You're sick and off work at the moment?
Yes.
Miss Kurvajova, originally from Slovakia, says her loan was taken out to pay for medical care.
Treatment, it's so expensive. All treatment I must pay. Too much trouble because I'm pay for everything. My husband is waiting money for tax return.
Right.
I must first pay my rent.
Well, no, you've got that slightly wrong, okay? This is a High Court writ. We seem to be in a society now where it's so easy to take out the credit, and when things unravel for them, they unravel big time. And actually all these things around them, it's like a pack of cards, the whole thing just collapses inwardly. No matter what, we're going to have to get some of this paid today.
I'm having now £20. My husband is behaving £70.
Give him a ring, tell him what's going on.
As Miss Kurvajova calls her husband, the agents look around for any assets they could seize, and they're in for a surprise.
Cooker and a washing machine. Madam, so if you're not working, who's bought the cooker
it's
and
not
the
mine.
washing machine?
It's mine friend.
But the agents are suspicious.
So why is it not at their house?
Because he is having a small house.
Okay, if he's got a small house, wouldn't they just deliver it there, take out the old one, and put the new one in?
Because it's not long time stay in here.
Why is it even here at all?
It's better coming with mine house because he is living a little bit too far.
Too far for the delivery?
Because it's coming van.
Okay.
But when Matt inspects one of the appliances more closely, Miss Kurvajova's claim doesn't seem to add up.
Customer is Miss Livia Kurvajova.
It's got your name on it, madam.
Gary goes into the kitchen to investigate further.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, don't you? In the kitchen?
In there?
In there, yeah. It looks to me that that's been replaced because it's been pulled out and it's unplugged. And look, there's a brand new washing machine here.
But it's not mine.
I do enjoy the investigation side of this job. We have to search people's belongings. It's all part of the job. Whether it's in people's bedrooms, in the kitchen, in the living room. We're looking for how these people are living and what means they're living by. I'll go through every drawer if I have to until I find what I need.
It's putting in my name.
So, I should put it in your name as well? Oh, okay. I usually do that when I buy things. Put them in other people's names and get them delivered to someone else's house.
This routine job is not going to be as straightforward as it first appeared. Matt and Gary will have to use all of their tenacity to get to the bottom of this case. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Handsworth, Birmingham, collecting a £4,000 debt owed to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
It's too much for me. I don't work because I'm sick.
But when the agents looked around for assets to seize, they found two brand new appliances, delivered in Miss Kurvajova's name.
If you're not working, who's bought the cooker and the washing machine?
It's mine friend.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, don't you?
So far, Miss Kurvajova hasn't provided any evidence that the expensive white goods in the house aren't hers. But before seizing them, Matt wants to give her another chance to pay.
What can you raise, Livia, now? About £16. Not going to make much of a dent, is it really? On 4,658.
Yeah, and I don't know, giving me £4,000. This is mine account.
Although you are now £8.90 overdrawn, yeah, you've actually had £1,906 in your account this month.
I have a question. What's happening now?
Okay.
When I don't pay?
I'm going to go around the property to see what I can seize in the property.
Everything you take it?
Yeah.
Anything of value?
Take.
So, I suggest if you can make any phone calls, you do that, okay? And if it's your husband that you need to speak to, then by all means speak to him. Hello?
Moments later, two family members arrive at the house.
How are you?
Friend, are you? Oh, cousins.
With my husband.
Cousins with the husband, okay.
Immediately, they try to remove the white goods.
No.
They stay there at the moment.
That's not moving anywhere.
She's my wife. She paid me money.
The cousin claims the appliances are his.
We're here to take control of goods, so they stay where they are at the moment. Have to come back
Right, so
later. It's got Livia's name on it, okay? That's why it stays where it is.
Other family members arrive at the house, just as Miss Kurvajova finally gets her husband Joseph on the phone.
Joseph. Thank you. Joseph, hello. My name's Mr. Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property today, sir, with a High Court writ for your wife. I'm commanded to attend the property today to either collect a payment or to seize goods to the value of.
Now, today.
Pass you back to your wife?
Yes, please.
Have a chat with Joseph.
No, Joseph.
Z czym się Josie dojedają i to są 4000. Ani tak nas tu nie minie, żeby nam wypraznili hiziu. Ja mi kazała, że mnie tu nie ma kto pożyczyć ani 100 libry, a nie to 4000.
The agents have been at the house for 45 minutes when Miss Kurvajova finally makes them an offer.
Half, no?
Have you got half? If you tell me you've got half, I'll ring the client and find out.
Aspoň polovičku. To ty 2000. My husband is try phone in France, so giving me the half money, be 2000. But it's not 100% because he's let me know.
Okay, no.
Minutes later, Joseph calls back.
Hello?
Nobody borrowed me 2,500. That's a lot of money.
As the couple can't raise even half the money, Matt decides to set them a new target.
If you can get £1,000 by 4 o'clock, we'll stop enforcement action today, and I'll organise to set up an arrangement for Livia going forward.
My cousin can bring some money, and my cousin Mrs. brings some money.
All right, good. How long will that be?
I don't know, 10 minutes?
And that's £1,000, Joseph, yeah?
I think so.
Thank you. So if Joseph gets £1,000, how much monthly going forward can you pay?
Monthly? For me, possibly pay 150. My husband, it be giving some money, maybe 100.
You can pay £250 a month going forward.
Definitely.
Perfect.
250.
Just minutes from the 4 o'clock deadline, a family member arrives at the door.
So what's there?
Shall I count that out for you?
500.
We're halfway towards the £1,000. So yeah, we're getting there.
I think the next lady's just turned up with some more money. It seems, they've pulled together.
Please stop.
The family have managed to raise £800, but if the remaining £200 doesn't arrive soon, the agents will have no choice but to start seizing goods from the house.
So we need to get to £1,000, yeah? We find in certain communities money is pulled from numerous different families to pay off the problem that they've got. It tells us that the debtors have got that support system in place, that they're well liked, and that people are willing to rally around after them.
Just minutes later, the last £200 is delivered to the house.
Thank you.
1,000.
Done, okay? So your balance now is £3,658.03.
With £1,000 paid, it will take Miss Kurvajova 14 months to clear the balance on her payment plan.
Thanks, Olivia. Take care, okay? Thank you.
Nice job.
After 2 hours on the case, the agent's perseverance has paid off.
Reasonable down payment there for the clients, but more importantly than that, we've put the debt back on track. And I've got faith that she'll stick to it and she will get it paid off.
Pretty good result.
The new series of Nightmare Tenants Slum Landlords continues tomorrow night at 9, with a couple's dream renter turning into the tenant from hell. Next and new tonight, it seems unrest in the house has got nothing to do with years, as Mind the Age Gap continues.